Many of you don't know this about my background, but I grew up as a very sad boy because I didn't have a father figure in my life. My father was abusive to my mom. My mom lived with a series of different men that she would leave after a year and a half. And so I had this emptiness in my heart for many, many years that made me a little bit bitter, a little bit angry when I was a middle school boy. But becoming a dad of 4 kids helped me to really learn about the importance of a father and a dad in a kid's life. And so I am so thankful for my 4 children, and now my 7th grandchild is on the way this December. But the reason I'm sharing that with you is because I want you to know that all those years that I struggled with that, and sometimes I would be angry at God and I would say, why have I gone through this? And it seemed like I was the only boy in my elementary school and middle school who didn't have a dad. It was rare at that time. It's hard to believe in the 1970s it was rare. Something that hit me about 3 or 4 years ago as a teacher is that 50 to 80% of my students do not have a dad in their lives. And I began to realize God called me to this day because he knew that my experiences could help the youth that I work with and their pain that they're going through. And God is ultimately our Father, and it took me many years, but I learned to accept that emptiness was never going to be completely filled by anybody here on this earth, but God has filled that, and he's also sent me godly men into my life who would be about my dad's age, who have been able to fill that also. So I want you to remember, God has called you to something, to this day, to this society that we're in today, with everything that's going on. Something in you is going to be used by God to help other people.